You got yourself, you got Alex Grace, you got Dominic Grace. How's it feel to kind of follow in the footsteps of what Joe Stevenson did before for High Desert MMA?
Yeah, man, it's not only Joe Stevenson, it's the tutelage of Dan Henderson as well. Joe Stevenson, training under Joe Stevenson full time, and then it's, just to put yourself in the category and to represent the MMA community like that from the High Desert, it's an honor, man, just to be mentioned up with those guys and make some history, make some noise, and put basically the High Desert back on the map. It's a privilege and an honor.
Yeah, it's great to see. I'm from the High Desert myself, so it's awesome to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did it take so long to get signed to the major promotion? I mean, you were a beast and king of the cage, multiple champion. What happened? What took so long?
Just having the coaching experience, or my coaches having the fighter experience of not rushing things. They asked me, "Do you want to make a career out of this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." Like, well, let's take our time and do things the right way. Some things that I've done have never been done before, and it's just taking your time, not being in a rush. I've never been in a rush with my career, and this is what I want to do for my career.
And do you have an opponent in mind for your next fight?
Next fight, I don't have an opponent yet, but I definitely want to keep winning. I definitely want to keep coming out here, putting on performances for Bellator. Every promotion that I fought for is never getting to the top right away. It was making a name for yourself. Causing some ruckus, get your name thrown in the hat of potential title mixes, and and I feel that's what I'm doing.
I was gonna say, what was the emotion tonight, though? I mean, as you said, you've done all this stuff on the regional stage. You've taken the slow build to get here, but then it's finally here. So, what was like the feeling going in, and just overall?
Yeah, the feeling going in, it's awesome. Like you guys said, fighting for a bigger promotion. You're excited. Some people get stage fright. Not me, man. I trained with the bantamweight champion, TJ Dillashaw. Top 5 contender, Cub Swanson. Syed Awad, who just had an awesome performance. It's just like Aaron Pico. Being around those guys, you're not going to see anything better when you step into the cage. And so I had no emotion going in. It was just like, okay, time to go to work. Put on the work boots. I know this guy didn't put in as much time as I did to train. So I'm ready. So I just went in there a little more emotional this fight, and it took some time to get going. But I found a way to do it and get going.
Explain what happened. You got a little emotional afterwards, and you mentioned what exactly happened.
So I just got done with my shakeout with TJ at our gym, and then I get home, pack all my stuff, was on my way over here, and my kids, my 2 boys and my daughter were at vocational Bible school up because I had moved from the High Desert, and we get a call. It was about my daughter. She was not responding. She was staring off in space, and it was nerve-wracking. I was like, let's go, let's go up there. And she was just like, and while we were on the phone, she still wasn't responding. And then she snaps out of it. And then what broke my heart the most, was hearing her voice, saying she wanted to come home, she wanted daddy. So, I was just like, I'm not fighting tonight. There's no way, And she's like, well, let me call my mom, see what's going to happen. So my wife's mom went there, and her grandma picked her up, and then she snapped out of it. She was like, hey, daddy. And, we FaceTimed her, and she was doing all right, So gave me a little more peace of mind, but, still emotional.
I mean, is this, I was going to say, is this a condition, or,
No, it came out of nowhere, but what it was I think with the desert heat, now that we moved to Orange County, it's a little more humidity down in Orange County. Going back home, she was swimming, didn't think of anything, and then probably didn't rehydrate the right way, and they're just kids, so they had a little slight mishap, and definitely nerve-wracking.
Did you talk to Bellator at all? Did you talk?
No, man. It was my manager texted me and said, "Hey, where you at?" I said, "I got a family issue going on, but I'm trying to take care of it right now." And he's like, "Okay, see if you get here at 4." And I was like, "All right." And I was like, "Well, honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna make it." And he's like, "Why? What's going on?" So my daughter, he's like, "Oh crap, man. Yeah, we'll be praying for her." I was like, "I appreciate it, but thank God she snapped out of it and came to."
What's the significance behind her ring?
My ring, this is my wedding ring, so yeah, just being married.
It's black. It's black.
Yeah, no, I think it's a nice ring, right? Well, it's hard. I have a hard time wearing metal anyway, but my wife got me a special custom-made ring, so it doesn't have as much metal in it, so I don't get the allergic reaction to it.
What do you want to do? I mean, you said slow build, right? But I mean, you're here. You've got this impressive career record. You go in there and do that, which is going to get everybody's attention. I mean, are you still, hey, we'll just take what's coming and go, or do you feel like, no, I paid my dues, now I'm a contender?
I think I got one more fight to make a statement. My first fight, getting the Armadillo, who's a tough opponent. He's definitely game like Robbie Peralta, but it was a last opponent change. Nothing I could do about it. I've been dealing with it my whole career, and so I was like, all right, man, I'll take this fight. Didn't get the finish like I wanted. Broke my hand in the second, and so it kind of left a little sour taste in my mouth. And I was like, I'm getting to finish this one. Dwayne Ludwig came in town, was working with him, just stand up nonstop. Him and TJ drilling nonstop, because people are going to start stopping the takedowns in the wrestling, So it's like, okay, now we got to have the alternative and have, Robbie's a beast, I watched a lot of Clay Guida's fight with him, and as you seen in the fight, it was the exact same, but TJ said, okay, it's time to put him away. Fake shot, overhand, it's gonna land, And I was like, all right. He's like, but dude, right off the back. I was like, all right. So go in there.
So TJ called for that between rounds?
TJ and Joe. Joe wanted me to. So he said, TJ said either fake the shot overhand, and Joe said he's stepping heavy, fake the leg kick overhand. Whatever we're gonna do there, whatever lands first. If you catch him stepping, go overhand. If you fake the shot, he reacts. We were actually gonna go uppercut, but he said if the uppercut's not there, throw the overhand. So these guys. I mean, I got Hall of Famers in my corner.
They know what they're talking about, huh?
That's why I love having them in my corner. They know what I do when I train. Joe's a wizard when it comes to game planning, watching, making real-time adjustments, and it's just knowing that I could hear them and make the adjustments, and it's just beautiful,
And you don't really see, a double-handed hammer fist finish it like that. Is that something that just came out, or is that something you train when you're finishing? Train to finish fights? Have you done it before?
Honestly, I hit him with that knee, and I was like, our game. If you rock them, don't rush it. I was like, okay, because everyone rushes it, they get taken down or something, And so I hit him with the knee. He didn't go down, but I seen his eyes rolling, and then the overhand landed, and I looked at him, and he was like this, and then he started going up, and he slipped. I was like, no, get back down. You're going away on this one, So, I definitely wanted to finish Robbie on the KO. Joe called for it, and he said, listen, to set you apart from everyone else that's fought in Robbie, you got to knock him out. And I was like, okay, well, Dwayne's in town for the next couple months training TJ. I got TJ as a training partner. It doesn't get better. And Cub, I mean, sheesh. And also, and that's what Cub actually cracked the joke too. And I was like, what are you talking about? I got it from you when you hit Du Choi and you started going, I was like, I just went with both. So yeah. But it was great, man. I'm happy to be with Bellator. I'm definitely going to make waves. It feels like I'm almost naked right now, because my whole career I fought for titles, and being here in Bellator is not going to be any difference. I'm here any weight class, 135 up to 155. I'm here. I feel like that's my destiny in MMA, is to go in there. How am I going to set myself upon all the other great fighters that are come before my time, going in every division and trying to conquer it, I feel like that's my destiny. I feel like I've done it with King of the Cage, that's, who's been there forever. King of the Cage, they know how to promote, they know how to bring you up. And so, coming from an organization like that with Terry Treblecock, he knew what he was doing for me, So we had full faith in him as a team, Joe Stevenson and I. So,
how do you feel you match up with the champ, Pitbull?
Oh man, all of them. I feel like I match up great with all of them. I feel I'm a hybrid of Joe Daddy Stevenson, Dan Henderson, TJ Dillashaw, getting in with Dwayne Ludwig now, Mark Munoz, Cub Swanson. I mean, the best thing about me, I'm real coachable. I take something from everybody and I try to utilize it. I mean, Dwayne, I was hitting mitts with him for 2 days. We go to spar, I hit every combo that we're doing. He's like, oh my God, he's stoked. So. I feel like we could game plan. Joe Daddy's a great at game planning. I feel once he breaks someone down, we'll adjust in the fight too. We match up with anyone.
Juan, are you fully immersed in Bang Muay Thai? Because that's a little bit different system. That's kind of your crew now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Dwayne runs a. So I wrestled my whole life. I've been wrestling since I was 3, and that's why I got into fighting. I went to work, and I was just like, man, this isn't for me. I still need to compete. And so even my wife was like, do something with your life. Like going to work 9 to 5. This isn't you. So getting with Dwayne. It was ran like a college, NCAA college room, you know, drills, nonstop repetition for 2 hours straight, and he's the best, you know, he's the best stand-up artist there is out there, especially coach. He immerses himself in the training, he immerses himself in film watching, how to get better, how to be a better martial artist. He's not just like, oh, you got to stand up. He's mixing everything from top to bottom. So.
And we're seeing TJ Dillashaw just really take a run with that style and just utilize it better than anyone. It's quite impressive.
Oh yeah, TJ's the best at it, and to have a partner like that. I mean, I told him, I was like, I thought you were gonna yell at me in between corners because he's so fast with his kicks. You know, he told me to stop reaching for him, and so I got trained to block close. And when Robbie kicked, it was so slow that I got a rear, and I was like this, and I almost fell into the kick. I was like, man, I thought you were gonna say, what are you doing? I told you not to reach for kicks, but you know, like you said, TJ's the best with the Bang Muay Thai. You know, so it's awesome having them with me.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Congratulations.